The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Grandpa, Peter's been working for us a long time, and I reckon he's just about the best farmhand there ever was. He's terrific. So I was thinking, Grandpa, you ought to give Peppino a raise. Okay?
That's pretty good. Keep going.
Okay, Peppino. So, Grandpa, if you don't give Peppino a raise, you might lose him. Why, any farmer jumping a chance to get Peppino. Well, tell me he's the finest worker in the whole valley. Who said that, Peppino?
Never mind. It does not matter. Now, you wait out here a few minutes while I start the ball rolling. Then you come out to the barn and you do your speech.
When do I get my quarter?
As soon as I get the raise.
I sure don't understand the way grown-ups do business.
Here we are, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to serve my wonderful boss.
Seems to me you're getting awful polite all of a sudden.
I only want to show my appreciation to a man for whom I have worked for such a long time. And speaking of work, Senor Grandpa, there is something I must talk to you about. Something very important.
Not now, Peppino. We got trouble with this tractor. Did you find anything over there, Luke?
No, engine's okay, Grandpa.
Maybe she's out of gas.
Oh, no, that can't be.
It can't?
Well, of course not. You filled it last night.
I did?
Well, sure. Remember, I told you to.
Dag nabbit, Peppino. Don't tell me you forgot that, too. What's the matter with your head lately?
Please. You know I have been having trouble with my Conchita.
Yeah, I know. And every time you have a romantic upset, it's us that has to suffer.
Yeah, and all week long, you practically ignored the hens.
I'm sorry. Last night, me and my Conchita, we made up. I'll do better now, you'll see.
Yeah, we heard that song before, too. I hope that new hired hand ain't got no romance going.
No hired hand?
Yeah, there's a fella coming over from the agency today.
But I'm the hired hand.
Well, it's harvest time. We need extra help with the picking.
But last year, just the three of us did it.
Well, by the way you're acting around here, we ain't got three. It's more like 2.5, I'd say. Quit the jaw and get something done around here. Go on, get the gas can.
Si, senor.
Peppino, wait a minute. You said you wanted to talk to us about something. What is it?
It's nothing. Nothing at all.
You said it was important.
Not anymore. I'll go get the gas.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, little Luke.
Grandpa, Peppino's been working for us a long time. I reckon he's just about the best farmhand there ever was.
What's the matter with you, Peppino? You about to fly away or something? Let the boy have his say. What is it, son? Go ahead.
So I was thinking, Grandpa, you ought to give Peppino a raise.
A raise?
Well, if you don't, you might lose him. Why, any farmer jumping a chance to get Peppino. I'm telling you, he's the finest worker in the whole valley.
Who said that?
That's what I asked Peppino. But he said it doesn't matter.
Peppino, did you put this boy up to asking a raise for you?
But Peppino, you said...
Hey, look, you didn't know I was making a joke?
You were?
Well, sure. I'm laughing. A raise. That's very funny. I don't want a raise. No, what I want is a cut.
Peppino, you better be glad you're getting what you're getting. Now you get that tank filled up. Me and Luke's got to go to town to order the crates for the picking. And Luke better have Kate go along with us so she can do her shopping at the same time.
Oh, Peppino, when the hired man comes, set up a cot for him, will you, and kind of show him around the place?
I will.
What's all this about a hired hand, Peppino?
They say it's to help with the harvest, but I'm afraid.
Of what?
Well, Senor Grandpa and Luke, they have not been too happy with Peppino lately. I just know they're going to replace me.
Replace you? Why, that's crazy. How can they do a thing like that? Why, in town they say you're the finest worker in the whole valley.
Who said that? Oh, I forgot.
Hello.
Oh, hello, senor.
We're from the employment office, come to help with the harvest.
Both of you?
One of us is to work here, the other one at the Anderson farm down the road.
Uh-huh. Which one stays here?
Take your pick. Makes no difference to us.
Senor, will you excuse us 1 second, please?
Take your time. Time is something of which we have plenty.
Oh, I guess there's not much doubt which one Senor Grandpa would choose, huh?
No. Grandpa would be sure to choose the big feller.
Yeah. But would he be the right one?
Why not?
Well, those big fellows are very slow workers.
Look at all those muscles. How big they are.
That's why he's slow. He's probably tired from carrying all those heavy muscles around.
I never thought of that.
You know, Grandpa might like the scrawny one better. Just look at him. See how he's saving all his strength for work?
Well, then I guess we better take the scrawny one.
You really think so?
Well, at least he ain't all loaded down with muscles.
You're right. Little Luke, you're a very wise boy. We'll do as you say. Senor. Hey, senor. We have decided to take you.
Oh, very well. Lem, you go on up the road to the Anderson farm.
Bye.
Adios, Senor Lem.
Look at him, Pepino. He sure is saving his strength real good.
You fix him up with a bunk?
Well, he sort of found one himself.
Like a man does things on his own.
You all be quiet going into the house. Why? He's right over there. He's saving his strength.
Little Luke, are you sure the employment office sent him?
She'll give us the short straw. Hey. Hey, you. Hey, you down there.
Oh?
I did. You sure you're supposed to be a hired hand?
Yes, of course. Oh, you must be Mr. McCoy.
I am. This is my grandson Luke and his wife Kate.
Howdy. John. They call me Professor.
Professor?
Like in school?
Once, for a brief period, I was a teacher.
Well, Professor, I'm afraid we don't need no teacher. What we're looking for is a hired hand.
Yeah, you ever done any farming?
Mr. McCoy, I've done everything. When does work begin?
In the morning, and if it ain't interfering with your napping.
Meanwhile, where do I stay?
Well, there's a bunk set up for you out there in the barn.
If that's all right with you.
If it's a bed, what more do I need?
Pitiful. Just pitiful. Ain't it? I'm afraid our hired hand ain't going to be much help.
Ah, it's just too bad, Senor Grandpa. What can you expect from these workers that are just passing through? A good man is hard to find these days.
Grandpa, if you think he's bad, you should have seen the other feller.
The other fella?
Yeah, what other fella?
There's some ice cream left in the kitchen, little Luke.
What other fella? You mean there was two of them?
But you wouldn't have wanted the other one. He was a great big fella.
So, Luke, you mean to tell me that you kept that bag of bones and sent away a great big fella?
Sure. We wouldn't want to be stuck with a fellow who was slowed down by heavy muscles. Would we, Pepino?
Oh, so, Pepino, you was in on this.
Now, wait, Senor Grandpa, wait. This man is better than what he looks.
Fine harvest we're in for. 2.5 workers and Rip Van Winkle. Well, what now?
Well, the hay wagon. Last night it was full up and now it's empty.
Well, I'll be. That no account must use a whole goddamn wagon load of hay for his bunk.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Well, I hope we didn't wake you up, Professor.
Oh, no. I've been up for several hours.
Yeah. Well, then, how come you missed breakfast?
Well, I guess I just got busy and forgot the time. You see, I noticed that wagon load of hay out there, so I pitched it up into the loft.
You pitched that wagon load of hay up in the loft this morning? All by yourself?
I had nothing else to do after I finished milking the cows.
You milked the cows, too?
Well, I'll be a ringtail squealer.
I thought with so much to be done in the fields, I'd just save time by getting some of the chores out of the way.
Well, yeah.
Well, since I've missed breakfast, I'll just feed the pigs, finish collecting the eggs, and we can attack the fields. Good morning.
Did you fire him, Grandpa?
Si, Senor Grandpa, did you fire him?
What? Fire the best goddamn worker I ever seen in all my born days?
I picked 18 crates. Grandpa, you picked 12 crates.
And my sciatic, he always slows me up the first day.
Peppino picked 12 crates.
You done almost as good as me.
Good going, Pepito.
It is nothing a hard-working man cannot do. And speaking of hard-working man, how did that professor do?
Oh, a professor? Let me see here. Oh, now, that's unbelievable.
What's unbelievable?
See? What did I tell you, Lily?
Hey, Sugar, babe! Sugar! Hey, you kept this tally sheet. Is this figure on a professor right?
That's right, Luke. He picked 37 crates. Oh, supper's ready, everybody.
Bloody shit. You sure got to hand it to you, Peppino. You know how to pick a good man.
I'm a genius.
All right, Mr. McCoy, try it now.
Would you listen to that, Luke? Would you believe that was our tractor?
Sure wouldn't. It sounds more like a fine watch, don't it, Peppino?
And what's more, he done it with just an ordinary jackknife.
Well, I better get back to the field.
Oh, Professor. I thought you might like to see how the hens is laying since they've been eating that new feed you mixed up for 'em. Used to be only Jenny laid double yolkers. Now I declare all of 'em's doing it.
Fine.
My, that man's a wonder.
He sure is. Why, in the week he's been around here, he's done just about everything.
Yeah, he ain't no mortal man. He's an angel sent to us from heaven.
You'll excuse me, I'll have to go back to work.
Yeah, we'll see you in just a few minutes, Peppino. Jingles, wouldn't it be wonderful if the professor was with us all the time?
Yeah, and the way he's been working, it's plain to see that he's been trying for a steady job. Boy, if anybody ever deserved it.
Luke, what are you saying? You know we can't afford 2 men, and we already got Peppino.
Well, I know we got Peppino. I was only saying if we didn't have him. Boy, you gotta admit the professor'd sure make life a whole lot easier for us.
Sure would.
Would you look at that total? What a season this is going to be.
We sure are ahead of schedule. Could be the best we ever done.
Hey, Peppino, Luke just finished dallying for the day, and we're doing real good.
That's fine.
Well, what's the matter? See, you didn't hardly speak all during supper. Is something bothering you?
Si, Senor Grandpa, something is bothering me. I must talk to you.
Yeah, well, what is it?
Senor Grandpa, Senor Luke, Senora Kate, Peppino must leave.
Leave.
For good.
For good? Why, that's crazy.
You mean you're quitting?
What's the matter? Ain't you happy working for us?
Oh, no, it's not the job. It is... Well, I received this letter from my aunt in Santa Barbara, and she needs me.
You're in Santa Barbara. Well, we never heard of her.
Well, she's there, and she's sick, and I must go to her. You understand?
But that ain't no reason for quitting. Harvest is almost over. Go on up there for a couple of days and come back when she's well again.
No. I mean, she'll be sick for a long time.
Well, how do you know?
Well, she's always sick for a long time, so if you do not mind, I must go to her. I'll start packing now.
I don't understand.
Well, there's something fishy about this, having an aunt we never heard about.
Yeah, and sick all the time to boot.
I guess this makes it easier for you, huh, Grandpa?
Easier?
Now that Peppino's leaving, you don't have to fire him.
Well, now, why in the world would we want to fire Peppino? He's like one of the family.
So as you could hire the professor.
Well, little Luke, where'd you ever get a crazy idea like that?
From Peppino.
From Peppino?
Well, that's what he really thinks you hired an extra hand for. So you could replace him. He told me so.
Well, for crying out loud, that ain't so. Why, Peppino's like one of the family.
Sure, things wouldn't be the same around here for me without that little fella.
Grandpa, We're going to just have to show Peppino we need him more than that professor fella.
You're right, Kate.
Yeah, but how are we going to do that? Peppino knows the professor's one of the best workers we ever had around here. Grandpa? Grandpa.
I'm thinking. I got it, Luke. There's only one answer.
Yeah?
And the answer is the professor's got to go.
You're right.
Now, you get out there and fire him.
Me? No, sir. If there's any firing to be done, you got to do it.
All right, I will. I'll just have to grit and do it. Store-bought teeth and all. Professor?
Ah, Mr. McCoy, what is it?
Well, I'm sorry to wake you, but you better sit up now, because this is pretty important.
Huh? What is it?
Well, it's just this. First off, I want to tell you what a good job you've been doing around here.
Oh, thank you. That's nice to hear. May I say that you're a fine man to work for?
Yeah, well, be that as it may. You know, I reckon you're just about the best farmhand I ever come across.
Well, it's this way, Mr. McCoy. I enjoy doing a good job for people I like.
Don't make it easy for a fella, do you?
Easy? Well, of course. You said there was something important you wanted to talk to me about, and I interrupted you. I'm terribly sorry. Go ahead. What was it?
What was it? Oh, what was it? Well, I recollect it was something about firing you. That was it. You're fired.
Fired?
That's right. So if you'll kindly get mad and leave, I'll appreciate it.
I don't understand. You just said I was a good worker, so why are you firing me?
Well, you're just too good, that's all. You're disrupting the whole farm. And sort of making Peppino look like a no-account slowpoke. Why, he feels so bad about it that he wants to leave us so as we can hire you permanent.
Hire me permanent?
Of course, we would like to have you, Professor, but you see, Peppino's been with us for such a long time now that, well, even if he is a no-account slowpoke, he comes first.
Mr. McCoy, I admire you for that. However, you needn't have worried. I'd have left anyway at the end of the week.
You mean you wasn't bucking for a steady job?
2 weeks is just about my limit in any one place.
Even if you got a regular job where you could get someplace?
That's right. I decided that years ago when I gave up my teaching position. I started moving around then, and I've been moving ever since.
Sort of like the itch, huh?
You might call it that. Whatever it is, it's taken me twice around the world.
Clean around?
Mr. McCoy, did you ever see the Taj Mahal by moonlight? Or the aurora borealis reflected on mile after mile of shimmering ice?
Me and my wife drove down to Norfolk once, and we seen that big, shiny statue of Stonewall Jackson. Mighty pretty sight at night with all the different colored water spouting around it.
I must see it next time round.
You going round again?
I started working my way west 2 months ago.
Say, Professor, you know, I'm rightly sorry for not leaving you finish out the week, but I'm going to pay you for it anyways.
I'll make a confession, Mr. McCoy. For a while here, I was weakening. I was getting to like you folks so much, I was tempted to stay on a bit longer. That is, of course, if you'd have me. But I'm much happier when I'm on the move. Say, how'd you like to go with me?
Me?
Oh, sure. Your family can run the farm. You seem like the sort of man that would enjoy travel and seeing new sights.
You say, you know, I might just do that now. Yes, sir. Oh. No, guess not. I belong here with the young'uns. But I tell you what you do, Professor. When you get to that hall there, that Tajmi Hall, if you sort of just send me a picture postcard of it, I'd sort of like to see how it stacks up against the statue of Stonewall Jackson.
Be glad to.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
God bless you.
Señor Grampa. El profesor se fue, no está en el lugar. Dice, no,
Simmer down, and talk United States.
the professor has gone.
Gone?
Sí, señor, he has disappeared.
Why, that can't be.
I don't believe it.
But he has. All his things are gone. He ran away in the night.
Well, that don't surprise me none.
No?
I had a feeling he was just a flash in the pan. Them kind works hard for a couple of days and then leaves you high and dry.
I never seen it fail.
That's right. Give me a good, solid worker like Peppino here anytime.
Yes, sir, just like Peppina. Solid and loyal and trustworthy.
One, when you get up in the morning, you just know he's going to be right there on the job.
Peppina, you don't know how lucky we are to have you.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we have Peppino?
Why not?
Well, what about your aunt?
What aunt?
The sick one.
In Santa Barbara?
Oh, that one. She's all better. Yes, see, she moved back to Mexico.
How'd you find that out?
Oh, say, I better get out to the fields. There's only one hired hand now, and there's a lot of work to be done. Adios, everybody.
We sure did.
Well, now that's all settled. Now we go back to where we was. No worries. Yeah, what is it, Peppina?
Senor Grandpa, I was just thinking, since I am so solid, loyal, and trustworthy, tonight maybe we can talk about that race, huh?